to our YouTube channel. The TV quality from what we can see here is absolutely perfect. The weather in Deqing is grey and overcast. The Polo is fast and furious. Let's hope that we have a fantastic game in front of us. Sit back, enjoy our show. Referee's ready to start the game. We've name-checked them at half-time, and we're away. Ruas for France. First blood, wins the sprint, not easily but comfortably. Certainly gets that up. France looking to score early, but that's a fumble. Early game nerves, we see a bit of this. They'll settle into that, but recovered. No shot clock reset. Fantastic pace from the French team. Always been known as a paddling nation. Their pedigree is fantastic. That was, from our commentary position, we were right behind that. It was a fantastic shot, but it was a foul on the goalkeeper. That's disappointing for Richard because his positioning was superb, and the way he found the top corner, absolutely first class. But a little goalie foul, and I'm afraid all to naught. So we remain tied at 0, 1 minute in. Portugal, their first real possession of the game, weathered that first attack. That's a punting shot from Damash. It's a bit speculative, but it draws a save. Richard in the French goal. Oh, sorry, Odo in the French goal will take a lot more beating than that, and that's a bit too casual. And now here we come away, the French. This is a break for them, but I think the Portuguese have closed it down. They have. France obliged to recycle. Yes, this game started at a pace we like. Nice little dummy pass there. And has a dribble, has a look. Men moving at pace all the time, streaming down the pitch. That's another keeper foul. That's a bit of ill discipline from the French. That'll be disappointing for them. Portugal now just building a little. So far, 2 French attacks that could have resulted in goals. Thwarted really by goalkeeper fouls. Portugal not really made any inroads into the French defence. A couple of decent shots they punted away. But being obliged by this French line to shoot from a long way out. Surprised here, the Portugal coming inside 15 seconds on the shot clock before they mount their attack. They're putting themselves under time pressure here. Clever dummy pass. Drops nicely for March, but can't make anything of it. These shots are going to have to get harder and closer to trouble the French defence. And now they're back on this break. This is the 3rd break they've had like this. Spoilt the other 2 for themselves with keeper fouls. They're in danger of doing it again there, but instead it's saved. That Steele, as a rush goalkeeper, did a fantastic job. Not the number 1 man for Portugal, nor the number 2 in goal, so he's done great to save that. Really, this is the first sustained French attack we've got here. Set in front of the goal. They've had the break chances. This is phenomenal goalkeeping. Conceded a foul there, but they're blocking everything, the Portuguese, and they're making it look like they've got the masters of these French, and the shots they are defending are anything but easy. Referee's going to have them pushed forwards and insist on getting this ball in the right place. He's a long way out there. Referees for this game are Ong from Singapore and Somberg from Denmark. They're going to have their work cut out here. And I think that's them stamping their authority on this game. The Portuguese team not allowing the French player into position to take his free shot. And that's what they've been briefed to do, the referees. Any of this kind of unsportsmanlike behaviour, stopping throws being taken, and that's a penalty. And because it's a penalty, the offending player sent off. I'm pretty sure on this occasion that was Jose. He's looking there, he's explaining to his coach it wasn't his fault. Funny how players have a knack of doing that. I think the referee would tell a different story. And it's going to be Ndeye for the French with the first chance to open the scoring. And does so. Absolutely superb. I have to say, in the run-up to these championships, we've been saying penalties are about 70-30 in favour of the attacker. So far, I've seen a few at this championships, and the attackers have been making those odds much more in their favour, maybe even 90-10. Very good finishers taking these penalties these days. They're merciless. Look at the pace on this. The French meeting the Portuguese runners early, and that's a melee. There's some work going on here. It used to be that a few years ago there was a massive difference in the pace and physicality of the under-21s to the seniors, but not anymore. These young men really trained to perfection. The athleticism phenomenon. France comes streaming away. Odo, the goalkeeper, brings it up. Hard to imagine you watch. So end-to-end stuff for us and pace. 5 minutes gone. Can these two teams maintain it? Under 21s, all that adrenaline and testosterone, my money is they can. Let's hope so. It's great for us. Well-matched sides. The French, I would say, have edged this. They've had 3 decent chances, converted 1. Portugal not quite managed to penetrate the French defence well enough to get one of their shots to tell. But they're working it, they're looking at it. They've got an inside man but can't find him. Looking there for Doe inside, the captain. He was looking for an overhead pass or something clever, but I don't think it was worth the risk. Yeah, patient build up. Again, I can see how it gets frustrating for the Portuguese. This French defensive line doing a great job. They've got 2 men working away, Portugal, but really working for nothing. The effort going in is enormous, but the product they're getting out of it very little, and they're having to come around the sides and take whatever shot they can. That's the inside pass they've been looking for, but he's not in a great position. Decides to make the best of it anyway. March didn't have enough on it, but they've recovered the ball. That's good work from him, but I don't think the shot was better than 50-50. Blocked by the defender. And they're going to have to at least get it as far as Odo in the French goal, because he's a decent keeper. If they don't even get it as far as him, they're going to struggle. And again, ringing the changes, looking for that little pass inside. That's overcooked. French ball, they'll come away. This is the set format they've set for themselves. They've got 2 away here. The paddling skill is just phenomenal. They're just outpacing everything. That's fantastic work. In the end, it falls to Ruas and he pops it in the net, but it could have just as easily been Ren. They really had a choice. The 2 of them just dropped the Portuguese opponents, stepped it up a gear and paddled away. That was quite superb. So 2-0. France lead. And really, they've looked like scoring on the break. The Portuguese defence has been quite good enough, conceding a penalty, but they've, in the open play situations, the Portuguese defence has been phenomenal. But that break, nothing they could do about that. The French committed to it and just dropped them. Still looking inside, they has to recycle. This is under big pressure. Which way is it dropping? Oh no, all too easy for Ndeye. Has he got a man away? Didn't need to use Richard. I think if that had missed, Richard might have had something to say about it, but he places it and it'll be like, okay. It was a word we use for people who shot over your head, but I can't say it on the live stream. Oh, Portuguese team getting a bit frustrated. We can hear the shouting from our commentary position along their line. Really got to just settle this now. They've been in this game, they've shown they've got what it takes, but if they get frustrated, this is going to hurt them. 3rd in the group. They need to just consolidate that. They're 3 down, they mustn't panic, and I think if they let the frustration show and start throwing stuff up, the French will enjoy that defend and break game even more. Goal line throw. Again, if they're shooting from the outside, I think they're going to struggle there, Portugal. They've got to stick to that game plan of getting it inside. 2 minutes to go in the half. The French, I suspect, are thinking if they can get one more, this game's over, and I'd probably agree with them. Probably got a big enough lead now as the current group leaders, but They'd like to cement it, like a nice team talk from coach at half-time, and if they put a fourth in, they'll definitely get that. That's a little bit over-clever, but it did in fact end up in French hands. Went past the intended receiver and ended up with Legendre. More luck than management in that. But they are committed forward, the French. 3 players in a line close to goal. They don't use any of them. Odo just throws it over the top and in. That's a disappointing concession for the Portuguese. So far they've made the French at least work for every goal. Portuguese coach must be hoping he can get this to half time, get them in, get them steadies. Very capable team, this Portuguese under-21 side, but here they've let the French just get the drop on them. They're going to have to regroup at half-time. A lot easier to regroup if they keep it here now rather than conceding another. They've actually got players inside now, which is what they've been lacking all half. Not sure they can find them, but they've got to look. This is the way they need to play. Well played to them. That was superb pass. Little shovel pass from number 1 with a minute left, or just over a minute left in the first half. Lovely bit of skill, and that is what they've been needing to do, get the ball that little bit close to the French goal. Didn't get anything out of it, but that is the thing they're going to have to try and do, and that kind of mistake will hurt if it happens. Oh, that's going to get called as obstruction. That's a bit harsh. He was already there. Can't fault the referee, but that is going to sting the Portuguese badly, because that puts another breaking goal on. And that's Omon. Pops it in the open net, and I'm afraid that is going to see this game out. That's 5-0. And number 4 for Portugal gets his first formal warning there, showing a little bit of frustration when the goal went in. Lucky to get away with the warning there, I would suggest, but fair play, the referees managing the game. Yeah, half-time can't come quick enough for the Portuguese coach now. Teams are frustrated. They're really making uncharacteristic mistakes, unlucky for them. And that's over the top from France, that last second effort. But we go into half-time with France 5, Portugal 0. We'll name check the teams, but just thank you for subscribing to our stream. We'd just like to take this moment to thank the sponsors of our events, Yupin Sport and the Chinese Canoe Association, as well as the city of Deqing, and of course the International Canoe Federation for arranging, hosting and supporting this event on their various levels. Would be impossible to bring it to you without them, and of course without the help of the huge army of Chinese volunteers manning the tables and the line judging and so on. The referee's just having a conflab. We will summarise that half, I think, by saying that the Portuguese played well, particularly in the first portion of that, but once the French were breaking on them, I'm afraid the French have run 5 goals in, and now the Portuguese are going to have to dig deep to bring anything back in this game. So, referees will be calling these teams up. We're looking at this pitch, but we can name check them for them. Attacking from our right in the second half will be the Portuguese team in their black boats, red buoyancy vests and black helmets, and they are number 1, Jose, number 2, the captain Duo, number 4, Villeno, number 6, Damsch, number 8, March, number 9, Steele, and number 10, Hurish. And for the French team, who will be attacking from our left, it will be in white kayaks, blue buoyancy, blue helmets, the French national team. Number 1, Richard, number 2, the captain Legendre, number 3, Andeye, number 4, Armand, number 5, Rennes, number 6, Odo, number 7, Ruas, and number 8, Münster. And we were expecting a tight game, and indeed in many ways it was, but the French breaks really proving very, very fast. Always been a paddling nation, very strong in the slalom discipline, and they always have well-drilled, very technically good paddlers, and they really put that to good use against the Portuguese in the first half. The breaks with two players mainly just coming at the Portuguese at a pace they couldn't deal with, and hopefully they can dig in, keep the mistakes down and get back into this game, but it's going to be a long old climb. They are third in the group at the moment, France group leaders, and I have to say on the showing so far we're likely to end up with that. Important for these teams who've established themselves through the rankings over the years to maintain their position. Portugal are currently ranked as 12th in the world, and their main ambition, I would guess, at this championship will be to improve on that ranking. If they get up into, say, the top 10 or maybe into the top 8, then that's a big achievement for them. And as long as they progress out of this group, that's well within their grasp. As I say, the other teams in this group, Poland, Czechia and the People's Republic of China. So I think Poland, France will go out, depending on the result between their game first and second. And we're away. Referee puts the ball in the net, one player from each side goes for it. They have to challenge until that's successfully won, and on this occasion it's Ndeye for France. Again, he's very, very quick. I think the pace of this French team is what separated these two sides, because Ndeye wins the ball, lays off a pass, and then he's there to receive it back and score. That's a pretty decent job done for him in the first 30 seconds of the half. I'll be pleased with that. Not even the first 30, the first 15 of the half. French dot back 2-2, a bit aggressive. I think they've decided they can play this team, work the defend and break. The minute the ball drops, those two front men will be gone. They've slipped back into a 3-1, clearly prepared to ring the changes. They're not one of these under-21 teams that's got one trick. They're happy to change tactics, very like the senior teams. As I say, the difference between under-21s and seniors has become less and less over the years, the way they play. Senior men marginally bigger, but the under-21s now as tactically aware, certainly as quick, more full of energy in many ways for us, the independent crowd. Under-21 games can bring us some of the best games of the championship. And again, the second day of competition for these under-21, so no first day nerves for them anymore. They've all settled in, hopefully had a good night's sleep. And the French certainly seem to have had some beans for their breakfast, because they're going 100 miles an hour. Looking very good here, the French, to me. This is the first time I've seen them this week, but for 5th ranked in the world, I can't help thinking they're likely to improve on that through this week. Come Saturday, I don't think they're hoping to take a 5th place home, not by the way they've put their marker down today. Very, very well drilled, that handling. And as soon as I say that, of course, there's a little fumble into the Portuguese hands, gratefully received by Duo. And Portugal are away. This is one of the better chances they've had, and they've just thrown it away. That's heartbreaking for them. They had 2-on-2 in the attack, and they just make a miss pass. Return possession to the French. Still, since that early goal, Portuguese played well in the rest of the second half, and that's a goalie foul by the lone man forwards. That was Richard, all on his own. Well, that's the best chance the Portuguese have had. It fell to Jose, had a one-on-one with the keeper, they'd crafted that, and now the punishment is, unfortunately, didn't score. The French have got 2 away, and this time it's Ruas's turn again. He had an option there, he could have easily passed it to Richard, who would have put it in the open goal, but no, I think they're taking their glory themselves at the moment, the French. Really doesn't matter. Tails are very well up. If they can carry this form for the week, coach is going to be happy, and Saturday's going to be a good day for them. I'm sure you're all aware, but the under-21 competition started yesterday. All categories get 5 days of competition, so the final day for the under-21s, men and women, is Saturday. The seniors start today, and their final day is Sunday. Huge work being put in by Huzhou for Portugal, and Duo to try and get some change out of this French defence, but just being held on about the 4-metre line with not a millimetre to spare. Committed a third man into that mix, Huzhou, the Portuguese, but again the French defence just ups its work rate, closes the doors on them. Being driven back a few metres, Portugal trying hard to get closer to the goal. Sure, that's a tactic, but that's a snapshot from the 6-metre line that goes over the goal for a goal line throw. Portugal alert to the French break this time and away. Very cool. Odo brings the ball up the pitch. I think they've probably worked out, the French, that they've got this in the bag. The only game that will be left for them is the Polish game in the group. They're already guaranteed going through in the top 3. Obviously France here, and I would imagine there's a little bit of we'll save ourselves for Poland. They're the team they need to beat to guarantee top place. No reason to do nothing, they're just moving the ball around, they'll craft a chance. Yeah, here comes the 15-second on the shot clock, bang. Again, reset. Nice save down, but it goes off and it just keeps the pressure on Portugal. France can just scrub a bit more time off the clock, take another shot, not spend too much energy, and I'm sure they'll be okay with doing that. Oh, and again, just a silly mistake. Ball goes to Portugal. Picks the ball up, moves forward. This is their chance for attack. It's obviously about a consolation goal now. I'm pretty sure Portugal would like to get on the board. Any team would. Game might be beyond them, but it's worth proving that you can score past this French defence just for the next time you meet them or for the next team you play. That's a fine shot. We could see down his sight there. That was marked for the Portuguese, and he really did have a corner to aim for, and he went pretty hard, but the goalkeeping was well up to it, really. Odo just tipping it out. That was a lovely shot. Yeah, some nice skill from the Portuguese. They're trying their stuff. They want to show what they've got. Shooting and trouble, but it's over the top. Still over 3.5 minutes to go in this game. Again, I think that the French will realise that they're all having a look at that. I reckon it's in his range. It was comfortably in his range. We didn't even put everything he got on it, Munster. He had a look, quite fancied the open goal, and I think on the training pitch he'd hit those 9 out of 10 probably. Plenty in his arm, that certainly wasn't the problem. So Portugal again get themselves something. And that's it. That's very, very nicely done. Damsch, number 6, outside, took the snapshot chance and did it very, very nicely. That really was a fine shot. Basically, we're going to have to beat Odo, but it did really spanked in, rolled its way around the net with some pace on it. Well, I'm pleased for Portugal. They've got that. It will matter to them in their post-match analysis that they actually got themselves on the scoreboard, and that it was actually a very fine goal. But I'm not sure it shows they've got the key to breaking down that French defence. That's nicely done, handed in. That must have been off the bottom bar, must have been a millimetre in that. Fantastic. Could so easily have been a goal, wasn't covered, just the bar saving them. Immediate under pressure, Doe for Portugal, they're coming away. As we approach the last couple of minutes of this half, see what we can get out of the Portuguese team. France drop back, quick sub, bringing the changes, blooding the players, getting everybody a bit of a warm-up, and as I say, the last game today for them will be Poland. The last game for Portugal will be Czechia in this group, and that is later this afternoon. They would, oh, that's very nicely done. A little no-look pass, get a nice little no-look pass from Sharp, and then before you know it, it's finished, and once again it's Ruas adding to his tally. That was very nicely done. Yeah, you can see the Portuguese just having a quick chat. Very frustrating for them. I think they were probably hoping to do better in this game. 8-1 the scoreline to France. Quite happy just to let the shot clock drift down before they roll forward again. Yeah, but they're still going for it. I can't fault that. Damsch again just pushes inside, ducks down, gets a shot away. And now the shot clock, the game clock, as we come inside the last minute. Portugal will be looking to get one decent chance here. 47 seconds. Don't want to shoot too early and let the French have another of those fast breaks, but at the same time they don't want to run out of time on the chance themselves. Yeah, a clear-cut foul, really. That's just a bit silly from Ndeye. Big air on that. That's underneath. I think a few in the crowd thought that might have gone in, but that was well underneath, comfortably called. Nothing doing there for Jose. And this was the danger in pushing, but with 7 seconds to go and a wide French shot, I think that'll just about be the last action of this game. Portugal will get the goal line throw taken, and that will be them done. Disappointing for Portugal, but France run out by 8-1, the winners of that game. And the next game on this pitch is the New Zealand under-21 women against the Thai under-21 women. And my colleague Carl will take you through that one. I'm sure you're going to have a great game there. As I say, I've been Curly Barker. Thank you very much, and I will sign out. Talk to you again later.